Hi. I'll just wait and see who's around. Hope you're all good. Sunday. Oh, hi Jen. Jen's there. Just let me know you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, Jen. Would be great. Hi Karen. Hi Heidi. Hope everyone's had a lovely Sunday. Oh, Alyssa's there. Hi Alyssa. She can hear me. Good. Yes, I hope you've had a nice day, and oh, I hate that it's nearly the end of the weekend. Thank you, Jen, you can hear me. Yeah, I really don't want to go to work tomorrow, but anyway, let's do some crafting before that happens. So we'll just wait a little bit longer and see who else gets on. I know it's a little bit dark in here. It's because of that light issue. I'm hoping the sun's going to drop behind some trees soon and I'll be able to lift the blind a bit more. So, yeah, as I said, it'd be better if I did a live at in the morning, but sometimes it just doesn't work with life, does it? So, this is what we get. Yes, Alyssa, let's all have a sickie and stay home. Mental Health Day, I reckon. That would be great. I don't know if anyone's got a wine, but I'm not doing wine today. I had a few last night and I'm just going to have a free day today. Hi Heidi. Alright, well, while we're waiting for a few to get on, it'll take a little bit to get started. Oh, actually I could ask you, is anyone doing this with me? Is anyone going to have a go with me with their journal, or are you all going to just watch and catch up later? Jen, basketball was I am so not a basketballer. So I had my partner and his son, so my stepson, visiting they've gone now, and he's 15, nearly 16, and my boy's 6. Just turned 17 this week. So they love basketball, and so with the 4 of us we can play 2-on-2, so we play 12-minute quarters and we swap, so we all have a turn together, and I am the, they all say, oh, we love playing with your mum, but yeah, they can all play and I just kind of play netball and try my best. But I guess it's us out doing something outside, and there's lots of laughs and it's pretty funny. Helen's here, Sue's here. Okay, we've got a few on. Hi Sue. So I was asking the question, is anyone actually playing along with me? Is anyone prepared? What have I got on my eye? Anyway, don't look at yourself. Is anyone doing this with me? Or are you just not? Alright, I'll put you up here while you can answer my question. It's always a bit delayed, so it's a bit tricky. So I'll just pop this up. Oh, Heidi, great. She's got her journal out. She's hoping to play along. I'll try and remember to go a bit slower. I'll just plug this back in. Oh, Jen's getting a roast on. Yeah, I normally do a Sunday roast, but I'm not today. We're having an easy tea tonight. But roasts are easy anyway once they're on. Oh, Sue's got stuff here, so excellent. So I hope you saw my message to pre-gesso. Has everybody put some white gesso on? I just thought to save a bit of time and then it could be dry properly. Hopefully you've done that. Oh, do you know what? I haven't done what, Helen's all just set up. I'm just, sorry, I'm fluffing around here, but Tracy told me a little tip and I'll see if I can do it. Just hang on. Oh, it might be tools, hang on. And then, hang on, is it this one? If I put this up here, oh, hang on. Linda's here. Hi, Linda. If I open this now, I'm hoping, is that, can someone let me know? I think that's the right way. So you can read it now. Yay! It worked. I think that's meant to say, Jen. Great. Okay, so I've got to remember to do that when I log on. So that's a really good tip by Tracy, who's expert at this stuff, unlike myself. Yeah, so, you know, wouldn't it have been nice to look through my book where you could actually read some of it? Anyway, so today we're doing the journal. I have got the gesso ready. I'll show you what else I've got. I think I pulled out this stencil this morning in the photo, but what I've decided is I'm going to use a different one, just because this one, the flowers are smaller, so I think that I'll go with something a bit bolder because it's my big journal. So I actually really want, like, I really love this stencil. I use it all the time, but the only thing is it's got a border. So I was kind of thinking, oh, well then what am I going to do? So, and just moving it, I'm not sure about. So I found this one, and it's just a bit bigger flowers than the other one I had, but it hasn't got that bordered edge. So it just means, with what I've got in mind, that it might hopefully work a bit better. Oh, someone just said, what? I can't see the comments now. Maybe press that again. Sorry everyone, now I don't know why my comments have gone. No, don't want that. Anyway, I don't think I can see the comments, and I think I was telling a few people that I don't have a tablet so that I can have two going at once, and I did try with my laptop, but it wasn't very successful, so we're just going to go with me using my phone, yeah, and go from there. So what I've got in mind is, some of you know that I'm a big fan of painted stripes. I really like the look of that and love it with florals. So what I was thinking is that I might make the spine here black and white stripes with paint, and then I'm going to put the florals over here in colour. So that's my plan. Okay, so what I've got is I'm going to use this stencil. I've got some washi tape that I'm never going to use. It's got moustaches on it, and so it'd be great for masking off. I've also got my Dylusions paints, so just some of my favourite colours. So I've got Funky Fuchsia, Fresh Lime, Lemon Zest, and Calypso Teal. So they, you know, love those colours. Oh, and I've also got the Black Marble as well. I really, really love those colours. I love Dylusions paints because they're really bright and they're quite thick, but the only problem is I've had a few dry out, and that's because of the big lid. And I'm not too bad at putting the lid back on, but sometimes we forget. So I'm really excited that Vicky has just got some of the new Dylusions paints in. So I will gradually be getting them all. And that way, you know, it's got the lid to cover up really quickly. They're the same size as the Dina ones, so, you know, they actually go quite a long way, and I can just squeeze a little bit out on my mat as I need it and put the lid back on rather than having the lid open as you're working. So Helen's here. Hi Helen. Yeah, so I'm really excited that they've done that in the bottles, so I can't wait to slowly get those. I've also got a white gel pen, so I'll probably do some detail work after. And I've got a couple of sheets of baking paper that I just will put inside, and I use, these are just dry nappy wipes. So I have over the years am not very good at grabbing a wipe and closing the lid and I'll come back 4 days later or a week later and I've left the lid off and they've all dried up. So I keep them all, and I've found them really awesome for putting paint down. So we will do that today. So if you have a dry wipe, always handy to have some wet ones around, but a dry one is a really good tool to have. Okay, so I think we'll start. I'm sort of a bit nervous. I'm always nervous doing a journal, a cover, because it's like the cover, you know, you want it to be really good. Yeah, so I'm a little bit nervous, and then doing it live, I just hope it goes to plan of what's in my head. I often deviate from what's in my head as I go along, but yeah. So what I think we'll do is just trying to work out whether it would be better to do it flat. Yeah, so I'm going to have this bump, so it's probably going to be better to pop it up like that, I reckon. But I'm going to start by putting the tape down so that I can hopefully have some straight lines. So I'll just start with that. I'm going to put another one just to have a bit of a thicker line. Whoops. Alright, and then I'm just going to do the same on the back. For anyone that knows me, they know I'm not a measurer. I don't measure things. I kind of just wing stuff, so maths is not one of my subjects, so let's just not do any, hey? Oh. All right, so once we've got our tape on, kind of looks sort of even. This elastic's going to get in the way, but anyway. This is going to be a bit awkward. Me and my good ideas, hey? And then I go, oh, when you actually sit down to do it, it's not always practical. I've just put that blind up a little bit just so I can see a bit better. So I'm going to use the black paint. Oh, one of my kitties has just come to visit. I don't know if you could hear him meow, but it's not the one from yesterday, it's the other one. So it's Ziggy. So he's sitting on the windowsill. I'm sure he's wondering why I'm talking to myself. So with the lines, I don't tape up in between, like just wing it. I want it to look handmade. I want it to look, yeah. And I guess if we stuff it up, we can just paint the spine black, can't we? Oh, he's going to try and get in the camera. There he goes. All right. So I might have to stand up for this bit. So I'm just going to kind of start. It's definitely not as easy as painting scrapbook paper. So I just kind of guess. None of them are going to be very straight, but that's okay. So I'm using a fairly wide brush. Oops. My cat is meowing. I might have to just stick him outside. I'll be back. Give me just a second. Yes, Ziggy. Okay, I'm back. I think he needed to go to the toilet. Don't work with animals, isn't that what they say? Alright, so let's... So my hope from this is that we're going to just, those little borders, the little masking will just give us a sharp line that way. I'm not worried about the lines this way. Now I should have thought about this because I should have made a white bit right there. Oops. Anyway, you can learn from my mistakes live, can't you? I always learn as I'm doing things, and I think I'll remember that next time, and I never do. Are you all still there? It's weird, I can't, I don't know what I've pressed, but I can't see when I was stuffing around, I can't see all the comments, so I can just see one little line. So if someone wants to just say hi, let me know they're there, that would be great. Maybe you're painting with me. Oh, Jen said tape the elastic down so it doesn't move. You can see a disaster coming, can't you? Isn't she clever? Oh, Helen, present miss. Good job. Good girl. Okay, I'm really close to the line here, but let's stick that. Cool, thanks. Thanks, Jen. Can't seem to do it without standing up. Can you hear my music? I've remembered to put music on. I just thought if I'm not talking, then at least it's not deadly silent. So I always have music on when I create. I don't know about everyone else. And I listen to all sorts of music. But normally my favourite to listen to is musicals. I'm a big musical fan. And I have everything from Mary Poppins to, oh, just everything. La La Land, Aladdin, Cats. Love it. So that is what's normally playing, but I just thought, oh, you know, maybe I'll put something a bit more, you know, uniform on. Okay, so I've kind of painted along those edges, and I've gone to the tape. So I've gone slightly over the tape. So I'm assuming you don't need me to show you that, but I'll just pop the lid of this on. And I'll try and hold this up. So can you see that I've actually just gone over the tape? So the idea is, one, when you pull it off, it'll be a nice sharp line. So yeah, it just means you can make a few errors, I guess. Oh, someone said something before shutting the lid, it helps a bit. I just can't read it all. That's really annoying. Yeah, I'm not sure what that says. I'm hoping you all got to read it though. I can go back and read it after. Not that I like watching myself, I try not to. So we'll just let that dry. I might put the heat gun on it just to dry it off. Do you all... Oh, you probably can't hear me. I'll wait. Takes a little bit to dry. It's quite thick. Does anyone else listen to music while they create? Or do you like silence? Or do you have a TV in your room? I think that's nearly dry. Oh, I'm going to go back in again. Sorry about the noise. Oh, Jen listens to the radio. I mean, some people might listen to podcasts. Ah, Helen likes silence. Silence and music. Yeah, sometimes it depends on your mood, doesn't it? I think it's easier if I just pop this down. Okay, so I think I'm going to try pulling it up. Oh, hi Jodie. Jodie's popped in. So I'm going to pull this up and hope that it doesn't pull up my gesso. This is quite a sticky washi, this one. And I'm going to try and move it, so I want to pull it up carefully. Oh, it's doing it. Just a bit worried about this. Stick this onto my plastic so it has pulled up a bit of gesso there. So I'll just patch that up. And of course I've got black on my fingers, so alright, so let's do this side. Oh dear. Yeah, I wondered when I pulled this washi tape, I thought it was really sticky, whereas some washies aren't very sticky. And I did wonder if it would pull up the thing, but anyway, that's okay. I'll work around it. Everything's fixable. Nearly everything. What I might do, let's just see if I can stick that back down with gesso. Alright, so look at that. Those beautiful, lovely lines there. Oh, so someone's saying that they have, I assume they're saying the pick up lint before I put it in my work, it makes it less sticky. Yeah, a lot of my washies have lost their sticky, so they're really good for taping up. But this one, it's a bit too sticky. I might have to grab another roll. I was going to save these, but you know what, let's not. I've got a whole box of washi here. I'll just use one of those. Yeah, that's nowhere near as sticky. Okay. So what I think I'll do with this elastic is I'll probably, because it's going to be a lot of black on the album, so I'm actually probably going to paint this black at the end. But I'm just going to wait and do that after. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just put some colour down. So I'll get out my colours that I picked, and I'm just going to use my fingers and spread it a bit like we did in the Tracy class. For those that came, there's a few of you watching that were at that. Yeah, so just, and as we know, we can be a bit perfectionist sometimes with this, but you don't need to be, because because we're actually going to stencil on top, so it kind of is forgiving and hides all sins. So normally I'd probably scrape a bit off and put it on my plastic, but I'm just gonna go like this for now. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to try, I'm a bit worried because it's so fresh, but I'm going to just, this is really not sticky, this one, so that's good. I'm just going to stick the edges. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so just remember when you're using pink and green, if you mix them together, you will end up with some mud. So just be a bit mindful of that. So yeah, just start off. This is where you'll need to listen to my music. I think it's the Bee Gees at the moment. Let's go. Love that gorgeous green that's coming through from the mixing. Now Tracy would be horrified that I'm doing circles. I think I do circles because of those roses that I paint a lot. I'm just used to doing it. But Tracy would be saying, do figure eights, do figure eights. I've got you in my head, Tracy. I love finger painting. I think it reminds me of being a little girl. Just going to go back in with some of that blue because I just like the colour that's mixing. Bit of purple. Beautiful. Don't need much, so I'm wiping some off. I'm just being really gentle here at those edges of that bit. Same here. Journals get quite tattered, don't they? Like mine do. I'm always picking it up and putting, because I often have paint on my plastic and then I move my journal and straight into the paint. So that's why the cover is the very last thing that I do. Nearly there. Tricky bit. Okay. Oh, it looks pretty already. So quite bright and vivid. What I might do is I might do this side with you, and then I can finish off the back. What I probably should have done was done the back first, so that I can learn from any mistakes for the front, because that's the one that will be seen more. But that's how Tammy works. Anyway, so yeah, I think I'll just do the one side with you, so you don't have to sit there and watch me do the whole thing, and then I'll photograph it when I've finished all together. So I'm just going to dry that off. So okay, so as you see, some of mine's blended really nicely, and some there's quite sharp lines, and that's okay because we're going to do something in a minute on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put just another bit of washi, because I just know that I'm messy, just to make that side a little bit wider. Because this is fresh paint, it will want to stick to it, so I'm just trying to not stick it a lot, but just giving myself a little bit more room. Okay, so now we have our black. So as I said, I'm going to use this stencil. Not quite sure how I'm going to get in there. Anyway, let's just hope it works, hey? So then kind of work out which part I want. I think I'll go like that. Okay, so this is where we get our dry wipe. And you could tape this into place, but I'm not going to. I generally don't. I do quite a bit of it, so hopefully it'll be okay. But you could just put a little bit of washi to keep it. Oh, maybe I will, just because I'm on camera. Just taping back here a bit. Doesn't need much, it's just, I mean, it's still going to move this way, but at least it's kind of taped there. Alright. Now with our black, what I'll do is I'll get some out and put it, you can't see it on my mat, but it, you don't want too much. You don't, like, you need a reasonable amount on there, but you don't want it saturated because it can creep in underneath. So, and I've actually, do you know what? I have just had a look, didn't look at that before, and I actually have the back of the stencil. So this is a Crafters Workshop one, and what I like about them is on the front they do put the code, which is really handy when you're trying to link up to the blog. So this is going to be in a completely different spot now. But it does make a difference the way they're cut, the way they're laser cut. That paint will seep under it easier if you put the back down. So let's just go with that, I think. Stick it down again. Alright, now we've loaded up and we haven't got too much paint, we've got enough but not too much, and then we just simply rub over our stencil. This is why the dry wipe is really, really good. So you just kind of start. Kind of probably feels a bit scary. So yeah, you want enough paint so that you get a good coverage, but you just don't want it to seep too much under the stencil. Just kind of working sections. How's people going? Are they? Is anyone doing it with me? I've done this. I did a similar an album, and I used white, and that was less scary. Oops, that just moved. Less scary because it didn't feel like you were whacking black all over everything. But I'm hoping that the impact will be really good. I quite enjoy this part. Yes, it feels like you're covering up all your beautiful colour, but it is still there. Promise. I'm not sure. I reckon I'm gonna have to just come back in. Oh, hi Lynn, I just looked up and saw your name. I reckon I'm gonna have to come back in and fix that, try and match the stencil up, because it's just gonna make a mess if I try and move it, so I'm just going to have a line there for now, but I will fix that. I'll show you the wipes that I use too. I have discovered the cheap wipes at Woolies, which is what we just have here in Clare. I much prefer them to the Huggies for this work. If I was using a Huggies one right now, it would have all fluffed and broken and my finger would have come through. So these just seem, for this constant rubbing, just seem to be the best one. So I'll show you the packet. Just remind me that I'm going to do that. Okay, we're getting down to here. How's your roast going, Jen? Okay. I think we're pretty good. Oh, roast pork you're having, Jen. So what I'm going to do now, just put my fingers on that. So should we have a little sneaky? So I should just be able to pull it up. I think that the coverage is reasonably even. And with these a big stencil like this, you know, you have got the ability to put it back down and get it back on if you really need to. I think I missed a little bit there. Who's doing it with me? Heidi and Helen and Sue, maybe? How you going? Alright, so I'm going to just take this tape off and lift this up cleanly. Bang. Oh, something's happened. Sorry, I whacked. I whacked the phone. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? As I said, I'll paint this bit and I'll go back in and fix that. But doesn't that look amazing? And then hopefully this pulls up easily. Doesn't pull up my fresh stripes. Oh, Tanya's there. I did wonder where my Tanya was. Okay. How's that? I love it. Love it. Oh, the colours. And I love like where that blue and pink have mixed and made purple. It just looks beautiful. So as I said, don't worry too much when you're actually doing your colours, and if you can get some nice mixing happening, it will look good. So this is obviously still a bit wet. I will come back in under here and fix that line. But yeah, this is probably, it's very me because I love the bright colours and the impact, and I'm not into spending ages fluffing around. I just love things to be quick and easy. So I'm going to cover up that black paint. I will do the other side, but I'll probably do that off camera. The other bit I'm going to do is when this black is dry, I'm going to come in with my white gel pen. And the reason I'm going to do that, I mean, I love it like that, but keeping in mind when this is finished and this is no longer white, this is all colour, we've got black and white stripes down the edge. So I just want to bring some white back in just to go with the black and white stripes. Okay, so I will come in and do some doodling. I might try this and just do a little bit with you. But I'm, then you can, because you can spend so long doodling. I find it very relaxing. So what I'll do is I'll tape up this other side, and then just repeat the whole process. So I'm not sure if I explained with the stripes, one of the reasons I decided to do it is this stencil obviously doesn't fit. I'd have to probably have moved it at least twice, maybe even 3 times. So because I just wasn't sure then how to blend that through, I thought, well, if I do a spine, it just means I do the front and I do the back. Okay, so what you could do as well is you could just black out if you don't want to do the stripes. I mean, the stripes are going to look great, but if you don't want to do the stripes, you could just do it black, or you could do it one of these colours, just a plain of that colour. You could even do it black and then come in with white spots. Like, there's lots that you could do, but I just think that solves the problem of moving and stuffing it all up. Okay, so let's see, the black's not, because it's not really because the way you put it on, it dries really, really quickly. So I'll just finish it off. The other way you could bring white into it as well is, I'll just get, where is it? So this is the little flip through of, the little album, the 6x6 I did a flip through of a while ago. And this is actually the same sort of technique, but I've put white over the top. So it's a completely different look. It's softer, but I've then come in and stamped. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to stamp art on here or create or something like that, but you could do that in white paint, and that would bring your white in as well if you didn't want to doodle. So, I think as long as if you're using black and white, make sure there's some white somewhere else just to tie it together. So I'm going to do some doodling because I really like doing that. And I won't trace all the lines. I thought about doing that, but I'm probably just gonna do a few lines with a few dots every now and then. And not everywhere, just bits and pieces. I'll probably, you could go to town doodling, but I'm probably going to keep it fairly simple. I'll probably do some messy kind of swirls in the centres of the flowers. Yeah. Cool, huh? So, I think oh, that's the other thing I should mention is, so once this is done and all finished and I leave it to dry for a day or probably a day or so, I'll then put a clear varnish over the top, and it will just protect it. So if I spill paint on it, it just wipes off, whereas at the moment it would wreck it. So yeah, so I'll come in and do doodles, and I'll take photos. Can you see the little bits of white? But how cool is that going to look, knowing this is going to be black, because that's the last thing I'll do is paint that. But you've got your stripes. It would look awesome with just a black border, I think, as well, a black spine, but I just wanted to try something a little bit different. I love doing stripes. All right. I'm going to unhook. Hi. So yeah, Jen, I can't wait to see it either. I think it's going to look really good. So thanks for joining me. Hope it's given you an idea to do your journal covers. I know that that's something that's often really hard, you know, to decide what to do, and it feels like all sorts of pressure. So it really doesn't need to be complicated. It can be simple and yet really effective. So happy rest of Sunday, and I'll pop back in at some point with it finished and some photos. Okay, see ya. Oh, I never know how to finish this.